What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of my hip hop review. Today's album I'm about to do today is the classic street album, Capone N Noreaga, The War Report, released in 1997 on Tommy Boy under Penalty Records. One of the greatest hip-hop albums to ever come out in the late 90s, in my opinion. Okay, Capone N Noreaga, they met back in 1992. I believe, like, Marvin, they were serving kitchen duty in a facility and stuff like that. And so they both became friends, and they say they had a love for hip-hop at that time. So they started, like, recording a little bit. And so they got their names from, like, gangsters, you know, Al Capone, and I forgot the original version of Noriega. So in 1996 they signed to Penalty Records, and they dropped their first single, Illegal Life. And then they also got caught up in the East Coast West Coast war. And so they did a song called LA with Mobb Deep and Tragedy Gaddafi, which was actually a response to the Dog Pound's New York. Also the year prior, they actually were on the Source Unsigned Hype back in 1995. But back around this time, also that same year, 96, Capone, he actually got sent to jail back, I think, I forgot what was he sent to jail for, but he didn't really, so Noriega had to actually finish recording the album by himself. And 1997, you got this album right here. This is a very grimy album right here. Singles I'm known for are Illegal Life, Top of New York, and Closer and the Capone Bone. What else about this album? And this album was actually groundbreaking at the time, because if you think about 1997, the whole shiny suit era, like Puffy's Bad Boy, they were like taking over hip hop, the whole bling bling era. And so it was refreshing to hear an album like this, especially around that time too. Alright, now let's get started with the first track. This is the intro track and stuff like that. Oh, I forgot. Producers on this album are Charlemagne, Easy LP, Nasheem Myrick, Carlos 6 July Brody, Naughty Schwartz, Tragedy Gaddafi, G Money, Buck Wild, Lord Finesse, Molly Mall, and DJ Clark Kent. And guest appearances are Imam THUG, Imam Thug, Busta Rhymes, Tragedy Gaddafi, Havoc, Castro, Mussolini, Mendoza, and Troy Outlaw, Nika, and Mobb Deep. Alright, now back to the album. The intro, you know, this basically sets the whole tone, the whole album, and stuff like that. Very dope beat by Charlemagne. Track number 2. Bloody Money. This is a very, very dope track. I love the whole piano beat. The piano beat to this whole album. That's another thing about this album too. Had a lot of like melodic piano beats and shit like that, you know. And this is like one of my favorite songs of the whole album. Basically, this song basically talks about addiction to money and how people like do whatever it takes to get the money and stuff like that, you know. Track number 3, Driver's Seat, featuring Imam THUG and Busta Rhymes. Pretty dope song. Like, it's an okay song, you know. I don't really know that much about Imam Thug that much, to be honest with you. And a little trivia about this song. Busta Rhymes, he does appear on this song, but it's like the last couple seconds of the song. Cause he's like ad-libbing. He was ad-libbing around the over the hook, but I think they cut it off because of time and stuff like that.
So you, if you want to take heed to hidden treasure, it's recognize the Capone N Noreaga. Recognize that 2-5 shine and last forever. Embedded in your mind like the seams in bottle levers. Check it, yo. I keep it real with a nigga, keep it real with me. I cut the hand off a nigga, try to steal from me. 2-5, me that bone.
Alright, track number 4. Stick You. Featuring Tragedy Gaddafi. I forgot to mention earlier in the vid, Tragedy Gaddafi, he actually discovered Capone N Noreaga, and he put them on the map, like, got them interviews, the source, Unsigned Hype, like, he basically just made them the superstars, you know. And you guys know who Tragedy Gaddafi is. He was known as the intelligent hoodlum. Yeah, back in like the early 90s when he was a member of the Juice Crew. And from what I also read up, I heard that he was the originator of the term Illmatic, though. That's what I heard too. Other than that, Stick You. This is a very nice song right here. Lord Finesse actually made this beat. Basically, the whole point of the song is like, the drug dealers like learn that the supplier played them, and so they have to go retaliate against him, you know. And this is one of the few songs that Capone actually appears in too. He plays a huge role in the song, but in my opinion, Tragedy Gaddafi killed the song. He murdered the song, in my opinion.
We goes, met Pappy and I rap. The wing by the back, open up the trunk and threw in the big gat. Took off, threw the skelly mask over the dome. We war prone, Desmond attack the troll show. Metal 152, now we figure. Looking for that wisdom in the game with that gold lag figure. Chico, he got Perico. Little do he know, we sticking up for all of his dough, nigga. This ain't your ordinary stuck that you used to. You, we stick you, we supposed not your ordinary stuck that you used to. You, we stick you. Yo, for years I've been buying my coat from the same cat. Dominican nigga who look black. As I think back, transform coke to crack.
Track number 5, Parole Violators. Featuring Havoc and Tragedy Gaddafi again. Pretty dope song right here. A lot of people kind of like bitch about this song, talking about the beat and saying that, oh, they wish that Havoc produced the beat, but I thought the song was pretty good, you know. What else about this song? What else about this song? Yeah, that's it.
You better bust back, keep it like that, real fat. My life revolve around gas. The heat is guard me like bodyguard. TNT, ESPN, CNN, we East Big Tech. Stick 'em up with great queen. Style, little Zion, he ever try on. Run through, you guard you, I got guard you. For him and you, great team. Leave his mouth check, I eliminate. News on BT, pictures of me, killer cop, the FBI, scan the block, keep photography. One me and my team, I just cut it up, we love it. Take the cargo, that's the Fajardo. If we are, get I came home with my CR.
Track number 6, Iraq, See the World, featuring Castro, Mussolini, Mendoza, and Troy Outlaw. Pretty okay song. I mostly love the beat to that song. Like, that beat right there, grimy and like Track number 7, Live On, Live Long. This is a Noreaga solo joint right here. Pretty good song. Like, this song was actually a tribute to Capone. You know, like I said earlier in the vid, Capone was in jail majority of his album, so he kind of recorded this song as like a tribute to him. Like, this is nice. This is a really dope song. Like, very emotional. You know, you really hear Noreaga's pain in this song. You know. Track number 8, Never Die Alone, featuring Tragedy Gaddafi. This is a very cool song right here. Buck Wild actually produced that. I feel like both Tragedy and I believe Noreaga killed this song in my opinion. Very dark beat. Like Buck Wild is actually one of the most underrated producers in hip hop in my opinion. Everything he did from DITC, you know, and this album, like he's really the definition of hardcore. When it boom bap hardcore hip hop, you know, I believe him and Easy Mo B are like one of the most underrated, some of the most underrated producers in hip hop.
We smoke yo, brown bag, tons of hash to smoke. Yo, that real shit probably make you bleed down your throat. Did so, open up the murder, smoke spanky, hit it hard, mega hard, to burn it down, the brown car. I ripped it, back to my dick, then I position the blower. Keep it wide open and Tony Roma. Backshot, holiday ain't
Alright, track number 9, Top of New York, featuring Tragedy Gaddafi again. Very dope song. I love that song. Classic song. That was the song I played in the beginning of the whole video. Basically, they want to be like on top of New York drug game and stuff like that. Capone's verse, in my opinion, is one of the best verse on this song. You know, him in this song, like, I did it for the love of cash, Your Honor. You gotta love that song, you know. Track number 10. Oh, I made a mistake. Lord Finesse did not produce Stick You. That was actually Naughty Shorts. He actually produced this song, Channel 10, featuring Tragedy Gaddafi. Now, this is a very dope song, kind of like a smooth, had that smooth but yet dark beat. What else was I? Tragedy, he killed this song in my opinion. I love his verse in this song.
My safe appealing, Jake on my trace I'm peeling. And with a Mac, I had a whole fucking nation kneeling. Embrace the wheel and hit a buck.
This kind of reminds me of something you would hear from Hell on Earth.
One love the hillbillies on forever out the chili. Playing the cards, niggas fuck. Can't stop the willies. Cops harassing niggas blasting while the days passing. Sound for action, got the match with a satisfaction. Shoot laughing, slug caught up in the chest, gasping. Nigga blanked out, shot before he start clapping.
Chips in the celly, the game don't stop. Tapping in your bank funds with the laptop. Corner on the block, for the bull drop. Have a Nazi, putting hits on the cops. Like you chip on the celly, the game don't stop.
Alright, let me get through these songs right quick. Track number 11. Oh, what is track number 11? Capone Phone Home interlude. Basically, Capone phoning home from jail, you know. Track number 12, Stay Tuned. But like that song is actually called Thug Paradise. But they just listed it as Stay Tuned on the album. I don't know why they did that, but that song Thug Paradise, I wish they would have taken that song out, cause I feel like it doesn't really fit the album. Like the beat alone doesn't really fit the album. Not really one of my favorite songs of the album. Tragedy Gaddafi actually featured on that. Track number 13. Capone Bones. This is actually a Capone solo joint. Marley Marl actually produced that one. Marley Marl, dope producer, legendary producer. Like, this has that mafioso rap kind of feel to it.
Take you on tour, all the we spots. We can sit wine, bump and grind on a slow-mo. But on a D-Lo, I heard your man wasn't homo. We can combine just like 2-5 and Dolo. Tell me where to put it like solo. Meet me at 702, I like your stilo. Now boo, face it, you bang it to your ankle bracelet. I went against the grain when I said I never tasted. You work all day, coming home ready for foreplay. Your favorite dish, hominy grits and fish saute. You love a double, highly impressed by my tattoo. Slim cut, walk with a strut, keeping it natural. Your physical frame is like a Jada Pinkett. I like to hear your moan spank and grab your X and O anklet. Freak off.
Track number 4. Track number 14. Halfway Thugs. This is another classic song right here. This song basically talks about like fake thugs, you know. Talk about fake thugs and how he just like how people like faking their gangster credibility just for fame. Believe it or not, also around this time, you know, Noreaga had a beef with Tragedy Gaddafi because the fact, I believe like, I don't know, it was over like money or some stuff like that. So that next year, Noreaga, he put out a part 2 to the song called Halfway Thugs Part 2 where he dissed Tragedy Gaddafi. That's some little trivia for you guys.
I can't stand it, regard bandit, erupt like volcano, sitting lava, right on the armor, you blood farmer, what, hasa, gato, lulu pato, imbalance the scales, slaughter, Iraq, discipline, open your face, put on your cut, pour the handy in, sweep it, fuck a papa, I can smoke properly, and they ain't even got to be, handed on record, it's me and you, one-on-one, I'm only one, yo, the only one, it's 16 alphabet, your power counterfeit, fortunate, yeah,
Track number 15. LA, the Kuwait mix by Marley Marl. This song features Mobb Deep and Tragedy Gaddafi. This song right here, this was like a response to the whole, the Dog Pounds, New York. Like, and if you see the video to that song, like they were crashing like New York statues and landmarks. So LA, like in the video of that song, they were kidnapping West Coast rappers. But the crazy thing about this song is like, it's not like they're not dissing like the West Coast. I mean, they might say like one or two things though, but sorry about that. The thing about it, they're not really dissing the West Coast. They were just like, I don't know, just talking about like drugs. The same stuff they're talking about the rest of the album though. Other than that, LA is a pretty dope song. I'm not gonna bitch about that. Track number 16, Capone N Noreaga Live Interlude. Track number 17, Illegal Life. Very, very dope song. In my opinion though, the second half of the album is like where the album shines in my opinion. I love the first half, but the second half is just more grimier, you know. This song features Havoc. One of Havoc's best beats. He actually did the one with Tragic Gaddafi. And N.O.R.E, he killed this song, you know. Let me get this. Track number 18, Black Gangsters, featuring Tragic Gaddafi. Very cool song again. I love that beat. Very sorry about that. Very dope beat. Love that song. Alright, track number 19, Closer. Another trivia about the song. This is actually the remix. The remix is produced by Sam Snead. You guys know who Sam Snead is, you know, Death Row Records producer. He made that song, I think you better recognize. Very dope song, underrated rapper and producer. It's kind of crazy though, they're beefing with the Dog Pound. Yeah, they asked Sam Snead to produce his album. Other than that, some version of this album have the remix, other version of this album has the original version. I most prefer the remix of this song because it has like that beat and like his N.O.R.E's flow on that song is dope, you know. Very dope remix.
Trust you, trying to be like Goldie in the shaft days, these last days coming up. Yo, these little niggas coming up. Keep their gun tucked, ready to buck, not thinking. Black crime, yo, it's swine, you both sinking. Pretty Aki, emo on the mock day. Yo, it's Poppy, officially Arab Nazi. 252, regulate this too. You say you never leave the third side, though. You wanna be.
Alright, and the last track is Capone Phone Home Outro. Another dope song right there. I mean, another Capone when he phones home. And that's it for the album. It's a classic album right here. But like, two things about this album though. I kind of feel like if people are getting into like Capone and Noreaga, I feel like some people might get turned off by this album because, you know, they're from Queens and they use like a lot of Queens dialect, so a lot of people might get turned down by this album saying that they don't really know what they're talking about and stuff like that. And also, like, I prefer like the second half of this album is like flawless in my opinion. I miss the classic album all around though, but the second half is just really dope. It has like more grittier songs, but the album is still a classic album, you know. It's like a landmark album in like 90s hardcore hip hop. You know, Noreaga actually released a solo album 1 year after this album. I gotta get my hands on that album. I heard it's a very dope album right there. It kind of leaves off where it kind of picks up where this album leaves off. And you know, also when Capone got out of jail, they recorded the Reunion album, which was like, that album has some bangers on that album, you know. But like Capone and Noreaga, they did a sequences album back in like 2010. It wasn't that good. It really was not that good. I mean, it was too like, it wasn't really capturing the magic this album had. But you know, Capone Noreaga, the War Report, and also 2 songs were left off this album. A N.O.R.E. solo song called Married to Marijuana, and the other song is Calm Down featuring Nas and Tragic Gaddafi. So I'm gonna post a link to all those probably when I finish uploading this vid, but the War Report 1997, pick this album up.